Hey everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day. Let me turn down the music a little bit here. So what we're going to be doing today is more of the deck building challenge, and what I've gone through is, instead of adding the challenges being the type of deck that we have to build, we're going to actually be doing a specific challenge in the deck construction period. So still going to be randomizing the main and secondary nation, and then we're going to be adding some sort of spicy challenge on top of that to try and force us to try to come up with some decks that are maybe a little unusual. I know quite a lot of there's quite a lot of stuff actually floating around in the meta right now, which is nice to see. Unfortunately, we're going to have to definitely play around the German France, was it Group Breton, one turn kill combo right now. So we'll have to keep it in mind. But there's also, the sort of the classic Japanese Soviet aggro, Juffle, a little bit of intel floating around. I know some folks are trying to do that Heinz deck that Core has been using. Hi there, Bear. How's it going? So without too much ado, let's go ahead and roll these and see what we got to build first. Cooking decks. Yep. This is the time that it seems like to do it. Okay, so we've got to build a Soviet Germany as a secondary, okay, and we'll have a challenge to build with. Okay, Soviet Germany, and we've got to build something that's jank or like an OTK. Alright, let me do it back into the game. Alright, go ahead and new deck. So we've got Soviet Germany. Alright, so something janky or OTK-y. Let's take a look at the elites that we've got. I wonder if we could do something. Something with maybe ISU. We could do board clears. Is there any good? Let's see. Eagle Day. Oh man. That's brutal. Is there a good Eagle Day target for that's Soviet? Oh, it has to be a German air unit. It shows how little I've used Eagle Day. I know there was Eagle Day Henschel for a while there. And I don't know. Is there a good, like, can we do like Soviet German tanks and just like try to OTK with like blitz stuff maybe? What's the not rush. Oh my god. It's early in the morning. Blitz is the name of the keyword. Okay. Maybe we can run Soviet German Blitzkrieg, maybe? Where are you for my evening? Yeah, what time is it? What are you guys, even just GMT? Or over there? Okay, yep. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, okay, no. Let's try to cook with the damage stuff. Counteroffensive. Yeah. Let's do that. That seems fun. Let's include those. 220th. So we want, what is it, Winter Warfare? Probably a couple copies of that. Alright, so what exactly is the plan here? So if we... Counteroffensive is +2/+1. So if we're trying to do some sort of Janko TK with... The idea would be, what are we aiming for? SE-100, Winter Warfare, or Rush It, and then it's, by default, does 8. And then, what would it get? You need to have, with counteroffensive, that would give you +2/+1. So you'd need 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're definitely gonna throw sickles and Russian here. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what are we looking at to complete the combo. If you're trying to just do 20 in one shot, like, what is it looking like? Because that would be 4, 5, 6 to hit their base with the SU-100, 7 to play Winter Warfare, 8, 9 for counteroffensive, and then maybe like 10, 11 if you need to ping a couple other things to get them out of the way. Or yeah, so let's get sickle. Whoop, I can spell. Toss those in. Let's just toss everything in for now, and we'll filter it out later. We're gonna need to get stuff out of the way, so we're gonna want suppression. We're running Germany. Might as well throw a crossfire in there. I know that will tilt core, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we need to have. We probably want to have. What's the new Soviet infantry that spawns units? Because that way we got something that sticks on the board. Well, it's. Is it rifles? Yeah, guard rifles. 15th motors. Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, the hope would be, let's see. So if my math was right, and we can, okay, how many things do we need to actually have on the board that we hit with counteroffensive? Because if it's Jur France Breda, then we assume that they've got basically nothing on the board because they're just trying to play control until they can do the Breda second front thing. So we've got to have the units on the board in order to make it work. So with SU-100, it being damaged already makes it a 10 attack. So you need, geez, 5 other things on the board that take damage to then actually punch through. Yeah, it's really not much. So I don't know if we're. Oh, we can final push. Oh, whoop! Wow, what happened there? I don't think we've got really access to anything with Fury. No, not really. Okay, so we can't cheese something that way, but we can potentially. I mean, we can Gamba on the get a combat keyword and get Fury on something, but that seems, dude, what the hell is that? Is it just the? It's just Forged in Fire and the 77th cards that give random combat keywords, so that doesn't seem likely. But it's jank. Why not? Okay, if we're looking for other things, actually we might want to run the bonded guy who spawns multiples in the support line, because you're gonna need to have more things that get hit. Which one's the Soviet Swiss Army knife? The develop card. I know it's the 5/6 ambush. It develops Convoy, Burning Sky, and Hammer. I don't think that necessarily does much for us. Silesia. Oop. Yeah. Oh, I just don't have any of that card. Okay, well, don't have Silesia. I thought I opened some of those at some point. Okay, let's see. We can... I'm trying to think about easy ways to get that thing to be beefier. Potentially. I don't think I've got... Yeah, I don't have 5-year plan either. I was looking at maybe you could do some janky 5-year plan SDKFZ. Draw hit people in the face. Oh, thanks for the follow. Okay, we can hold down, which would let us buff it while it stays in hand. So that would let it come down stronger. It would shoot something on the board. I don't think that quite adds enough. Kettenkraut only hits German units, unfortunately. We can... Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like the community is small enough that it's just like everyone seems to be extraordinarily friendly because it's just like no one's in this to compete with each other. I feel like, um, I do. Yeah. You, Core, and J King all seem to be the old guard for sure. So, massive respect for you guys keeping it going for a game that seems like it's pretty. Maybe this is just my viewpoint, but from what I've seen, it's like, man, there's not a lot going on in the at least the English speaking world when it comes to cards. Okay. Yeah, streaming. I mean, it's one of those things that always surprises me because um I guess I'm shocked at the amount of people who put out content that is like, sort of pre-recorded and then edited, and I mean, I know how much work goes into editing, and it just seems like it is a simpler path to just say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna stream, like, gonna do some dumb stuff and try and play some games, and if it works out, it works out, and then you can like kind of edit it and make it a thing later. But um yeah, I don't know. I guess I grew up watching Hearthstone, Magic, and all that kind of stuff, and it's just like it's just good background noise. I feel like card games especially. Okay, Kirkanas is just ridiculous, so we can toss those in there. I don't think we want Blitzkrieg actually if we're going for the kind of OTK. Do we have anything that we copy? No, SE100 is 4 costs. That's not a... I mean, we can... We can try to do... Let's see, because what are we looking at now? Oh, dude, that's very kind of you. I mean, I've had like 3 streams total of this game, so please don't feel any pressure for that. Um, this is just, I mean, it's the quiet time of the year for me, so it's something where it's just like, hey, you know what? I might as well stream. I will say the one thing that gets me is that I feel like I hit a point with grinding FM where I'm just like, I don't really. It's very hard to like keep me involved. So this is how I feel like it, forces some level of thought. Oh, I should update the explanation here so that it's okay. So deck challenge here is Soviet German OTK / jank. Okay. As a destruction effect that deals 1 to all. Do we have anything that we really care about dropping at 336? Not. Kirkenes, I guess. 573rd, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's just... I mean, look, I know... I'll watch the championships and stuff, but... Maybe this is just me speaking as someone who's only been playing this game for like, I don't know, 5 months now or so. But I go back and forth about how I feel about how the format works for the championships, because I do appreciate the like, hey, you have to bring multiple decks of multiple different nations to play each other, but it seems like they do kind of coalesce into sort of like the accepted decks in the meta. So although I know people hated it, I did enjoy. Well, I think it was the last expansion tournament where it was like there was the one guy who brought the one buffs deck, and it's like, I know buffs is super frustrating, but it was nice to at least see some variety, because I feel like for the most part it was like the same decks where people had slight differences in card choices, and it's tough to watch like when the games seem very similar to each other sometimes. Okay, if we're trying to OTK, having a couple of the 3Hs just to get the exact cards that we want might be good. For the pop-off turn. Because we will need to have stuff on the board to stick around for the we hurt ourselves. So I don't think Armored Train is good because if we Winter Warfare, that kills all the light infantry. Henschel for sure damages itself and probably sticks around afterwards, and it's annoying. Corson is just always a good card. 36 Cavalry is expensive, but does spawn units, so that would potentially put more stuff out. Let's see. Panzer 4H heals itself afterwards. No, so that's not... Fourth Guards is always nice, and usually sticks around and stays damaged. Okay. Okay, so what are we cutting? Probably want to cut Rush before Sickle, as we want the card draw. We probably don't need 3 final pushes. Counteroffensive, we hopefully don't need 3 of. We just want 2 of. Orders from Above. Orders from Above is just weak counteroffensive, but has also got a stapled... whatever that 3 damage card is to it from the people, kind of. Maybe. We'll drop 1 of those for now. If the idea is... Because you would want... As soon as you have 2 other units besides the SU, Old Hairs is not as powerful as counteroffensive. So let's cut Old Hairs. In which case, let's put... Arado? Probably sticks around. Like Guards, like 15th, 573rd, Kirkenes is there, SE-100 is the kill target. 220th can get into the front line and deal a surprising amount of damage potentially. Crossfire is good. 77th Guards is a meme, so I guess I can toss those. Toss 1 of the suppressions. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can get some sort of win with this. And then we'll come back and edit. So this is... counteroffensive OTK. As a caster can be hard with a tight meta. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you guys do a really good job of explaining stuff. I'm always curious, like, I mean, do you have any insight on, like, how many people are watching streams at any one point? Like how broad an audience do you guys get? Because, I mean, I know that, you know, obviously for, like, these kinds of streams where it's just screwing around, it's like, I think I've topped out at, like, 20 or 30 people watching, and it's like, hey, that's cool, but, like, it's not huge, right? But I'd hope the World Championships is, like, significant. Okay, so against this, we want to get our motor rifles online. We want to be able to draw. They probably don't have much in the way of things we need to suppress. Keep Panzer 3. Not sure this year, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, I'd be curious. I mean, like I said, I'll tune in. Yep. And it begins. Okay, we can just sickle to start drawing. We don't have a thing that we can throw down to keep a 573rd for bonding us, but if they're trying to OTK, then us taking a little bit of bond damage doesn't really matter. I think we'll just sickle to draw. Start cycling. Spoker can live up to the speech. I'll be honest, I don't know what you're referencing for that one. So we can... I mean, if he wants to make the trade, he's welcome to. We... Sickle for draw or 573rd for more bodies on the board. I think we'll take the 573rd. We're not going to bond ourselves a second time because we will have something that sticks around from the old 573rd unless he has, like... Is there any weird crossfire? In the draw show. Oh, okay. I'll have to find that and take a look. Yeah. Okay, so we can 573rd. Clear. Just throw one of these in the front line, I guess. Okay, so if we had... So we've got the Winter Warfare. Okay, he trades that off. Okay, so there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 with the SU. You can counter offensive, which would give it +8, so it'd be a 16 attack unit. Okay, so this is... Oh, that's going to be brutal. Yep, because those are going to spawn mid-crossfire, huh? Yep. Which then kills that. Well, that is unfortunate. Alright. Well, what are we looking at here? Guess we can just throw it out naked. Could have suppressed it to draw. Okay, there's his own errado. We don't have counteroffensive in hand. I can silence. Yeah, suppressions is not doing much against this deck. Draw resistance is fine. Second errado, play second errado. Second resistance is fine. Can double sickle rush, wipe the board. Let's see. If he Breton and okay, just Henschels, that leaves a damage unit on the board. He has that, which I didn't expect a second one of those, if I'm gonna be honest. Okay, Kirkenes does not lose to Henschel, so that's nice. We can rifles push. Rifles hits for 6 right now. If he has his own suppression rifles, trade it off, that would be fine. What are we at with the double? Ooh, that's a disgusting target for the 108th. So SU... we don't have a way to... We do have suppress. This is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. These would both die. 4 with the SU. Oh, we don't have counteroffensive. Duh. Okay. Still waiting for that to come through. Okay, they don't have a good way to clear... I think I'm just gonna pass, actually. Because if he pushes forward 108th, we can hit with Kirkenes. I don't really want to crossfire and clear his board. Second 108th. Okay. That's unfortunate. Alright, we hit. Hit once it drops down to 5. Winter Warfare drops everything. Ooh. That's gross. I think we gotta do it or we die. So What is this? Hit. Now it's 3, 4, 5, 6. I think double Winter Warfare Crossfire. That's... Does he have anything that just kills me from 4? I mean, if he has Turpits, if he has... Okay, yeah. Second front. Call it colonies. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's do one more, see how it goes, and then we can readjust. So, didn't get counteroffensive. Wouldn't have had enough to play... I guess I could have played 15th Motor. But... Alright, yep. Feel like I'm going to be seeing a lot of these. Let's see. Okay, so we do want to keep counteroffensive. We don't need 2 SU-100s. That seems overkill. Keep 178. Okay. Well, this is quite the curve out, I guess. Rush, it can damage the SU. 178th, 178th. Alright, we can drop Kirkenas on the next turn. Route's fine. That's okay target for that. We can push 573rd. Oh, it's Navy Burn. Didn't expect that. Okay. Does that change the game plan? I don't think so. I think we still push 573rd behind it. I mean, likely that gets pinned if he's got the Makura chain starting up. One 178th doesn't really do a whole lot on the defensive side against Navy Burn, so that's unfortunate. Yep, shock attack, that's fine. Okay, so he doesn't have Makura. I feel like he would have played it if he did. We can rush the 573rd, which would make it low enough that he couldn't hit. Be 1, 2, 3. Four, 5. Okay, so we've got... Oh, man, Crossfire again. God, 573rd is just a bad card into Crossfire. Okay, well if he plays something else we can... Yep. And we can Sickle Crossfire his stuff. He didn't have a Navy card to play. And I think we do that no matter what. Let's see what we draw. Suppression. Kind of want to save suppression for the draw, if I'm going to be honest. Let's end turn. Outhealed the Brett combo twice. Nice. Is that the, what, the Soviet Britain control deck that's going around, or was there something else that you're running? Okay, still no Navy. Brittly, okay. Kirkenas. Dewey Greed Crossfire. Is there anything that he's going to play on 3 that makes that worth greeting? I don't think so. We'll just play that, clear the board out. past turn. Okay. That is one of the Marine divisions gone. Oh, sorry. Gotta let my dog inside. Be right back. Alright, you wanna get up here? Wanna get up on the bed, bud? Yeah. Oh, it's a good dog. Alright, what do we do? Alright, trade it off. Slap the Panzer IV down. Trade it in. Can Arado. Draws Sickle. Oh yeah, he's a big hairball. It's very cold right now where we are. Well, at least for... at least compared to normal. And he's been loving it, but he has the wimpiest barks when he is outside and wants to come inside. It does not quite live up to the amount of size that he's got. Man, I feel like I don't have great options here. Oh no, I'm in the Bay Area, so San Francisco region. Yep. Trades hit. Oh, accent is crazy weird. No, I'm California boy born and bred, so... Alright, now he's gonna start drawing the cards that we don't want to see, huh, puppy? Yeah. We're gonna get shot for a lot. Alright, double production. Second Akagi in the same turn. Okay. Well, at least he's drawing pretty desperate here. Got something to trade off. There's the Makura. Okay. Draw Makura. Luckily, he seems like he's not drawn super well this game, so that's bully for us. We can not hit because we're pinned. Panzer 3. 178th protects base. We don't have great ways to take the front line, unfortunately. Can order Sickle? Okay. Okay, please flavors not Germany. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be the thing that kills me doing this challenge. I mean, I actually don't mind the like Germany Navy. Oh, there's 3rd Marine Division. Oh, and he does have the Makura combo online. That's right. Shoot. Yep. Punches there. I can Arado, which will give me a card draw. We can final push with the Arado that we do have. Card draw first. Suppress. Nice. I will take that. I want him to make the trade there, but I feel like I'm gonna have to. Those things having 6 health is actually kind of brutal. I'm having trouble punching through that. Can hit there. Do we play SU now? SU Winter Warfare, make it big. He's got 2 more Makuras, so it's going to come down. It's going to get pinned, unfortunately. But this will force him to play the Makuras without Marine Division on the board, which will maybe keep me from dying. He would have suppressed if he had... Oh, he's running Shirakumo. Well, damn. I did not see that coming. I appreciate the... Oh, he had second Makura in hand. Okay. Alright, well, that keeps me alive for one more turn. We can trade into this, so I'm not at 1 health. This is just infantry or tank. Well, we can make it a nice juicy Panzer IV, I guess. Does he have much draw? He's already played both the Kagis. I can't deploy units next turn. Okay, that's fine. I guess we just buff this hit face. For 12. Alright, he's got to top deck something. He's got Tirpitz, he's got Bismarck, I'd assume. If he's running Navy Burn, maybe. Is he running a countermeasure? Please don't be running a countermeasure. Okay, cool. Alright, I will take the W. Oh my god. Oh, Bear, I meant to ask, like, what part are you from? Because you want to talk about accents, like, I feel like y'all have a million out there. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and see what we've got to do next. Now we've gotten a win. Start spinning there. Start spinning there. Start spinning there. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, so we got US. Mono US, apparently. Low cost says no 4K or more cards. Okay. So mono US, no cards over 4K. I guess it doesn't matter what the ally nation is. So we're just running US 0, 1, 2, 3. What do we have for elites in this group? Alright, do we pull out Victory Garden? Oh, whoop. Yeah, we can go back in game. Ah, interesting. Okay. You know what? We're going to try the Victory Garden Cook. If there's a deck where it seems like it should work, it would be super low cost. You want to dump stuff on the board. What do we have for draw, actually, at 3 or lower? Do we have anything? I mean, yeah, 30-second. Get the Choco Boys in. Nope, we just are running US because it's mono for freedom. God, we don't want to give up this front line, so I hope we doesn't come to enemy spotted. Gross. These are all of the draw cards that we have available at this cost. Okay. Well, we can try 22nd Marines. I mean, we can do the whole Navy package, because those are cheap. Semper is only 1. So Semper Fi, 22nd, Sullivan's Fitch. Just toss them all in for now. Missouri, might as well. Do we try to do some of the Warcry stuff as well? Because I do want to test that out. We're going to have enough chief stuff that we should never be getting bonded. I swear, there's a couple of those running around that are just like the countermeasures deck with like max friendly fire, max, you know, some of them like decoy tactics and stuff. I mean, it makes me chuckle because it's never something I expect, honestly, at this point, just because I don't feel like the deck is that popular and it catches me off guard. But man, when it hits, it hits. let's see. We've got a bunch of stuff. Do we want to test out Swift Response? Because they're going to blow things up. It triggers and blocks crossfire, because everything would get +1/+1 and put it out of range of continuing the chain. So let's, dude, that bug, I don't know what that is, needs to go away. Swift Response, get a couple of those in. I have not played with Red Devils yet, so I'll try that. Stuff probably isn't hitting our face. We can... Magnificent 7 is just good stats, because if the whole point is we're drawing through our deck to try and buff things up. So I guess in that case, the way that we're playing this is effectively Victory Garden is our high-end, air quotes, if the game starts to go too long. So we want to put pressure on early. 175th? I've literally never played with Iron Man, but let's go ahead and include that, I guess. Why not? 175th is just a disgustingly power strong for the 3-drop, which is where my high end is now. Include Hellcat. We don't have bigger things to play, so we're gonna have leftover op cost, so sure, why not? I've not played with C47. Might as well Grumman. M1A? Okay. Hellcat is the good Hellcat. Actually, do we care about duress? If all we're playing is Jerfrance, Gruberton, maybe we don't. I guess just in case we face Juffle, we'll throw in a couple. Alright, cutting things. I probably don't want the double Fitch. We don't have... Well, let's see, because if Semperfi... Okay, Semperfi Marines go back on top, which do have the Navy type. So after you play Semperfi, you've basically got a 50-50 coin flip of Fitch hitting... I think I'll take Sullivan's over that. That's more applicable, I feel like. Cut one thing, and then we can queue and see what happens here. How about... Honestly, I would cut Victory Garden, but I just want to throw it in somewhere. Let's cut C47. I don't think that'll really... Literally, yeah, I mean, until this expansion, like, you know, this is the first time that it's been a thing. USA cheap. Let me update the explanation here. So, mono US, no 4K plus cards. Let me adjust that so it's actually visible. Cool. And I mean, Red Devil seems like it'd be super, super good. I know how frustrating it sometimes is to play against like things like Sturmy, for example, that have that same sort of text where it's just more expensive to attack a unit. So I can see how it would be kind of a brutal thing to hold the front line because it's awkward to clear out. Goated in the heyday. Yeah, I can see it for sure. Okay, so we've got Sullivan's to trigger the Marines. Grumman acts as some sort of card draw. We kind of want Swift Response on a big board, so I don't know if we want that in the opening hand. Okay, Victory Garden. I mean, this is best case scenario. Ooh, actually thinking about it, this is not... I mean, we drew it, might as well play it. Unfortunately, if you Victory Garden and then Semperfi, you're probably hitting things that have the Victory Garden buff. So it's a bit of an anti-synergy. Wait, what are we playing? I did not expect to queue into another. So this is U.S. Japan Navy. Okay, there's some cooking going on. We're not going to be able to Victory Gardens on 3 because we want to make this trade. So I think Sullivan's, it promotes. We trade this off. Okay, next turn we can Victory Garden hit. Because there's not... Oh, okay, there's the Sullivan. So that becomes a 3-3. That's fine. Gonna need to check this guy's deck out after this game because I appreciate the cooking. All right, Victory Gardens. Trade this off. Glad we got 32nd because this is the one thing that I do like is that you can just drop multiple of those and they all got the destruction effect. Yeah, definitely. Because KARDS was, when he was doing this, it was with Italy, wasn't it? Because it was, you know, you had Roma to like put Navy stuff on top. Okay, so we've got play hit, this survives, and then we can promote it. Can suppress. Yeah, I think we want to play hit, play the other Navy, and then promote it, so it's now back at 3-4. So we can play Sullivan's hit because that'll survive the ambush. Oh, there's the suppress. Gross. Oh, he suppressed the one that hadn't promoted yet. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I want to play the one that isn't a Navy card. I guess I just don't have a way to trigger it either way, because I think that's the fourth one. In that case, let's play the one with Victory Gardens. We can promote, hit, push the front line. He's got the trade with the M10, or if he's got his own Sullivans, he can buff, hit, promote. Sorry. That's out of order, because it would promote first. Missouri, okay. Alright, I think 175th is going to need to do some work now. Makura, okay. So we know he's got the combos there. In 175th, we want to put stuff back on top that doesn't have the buff. Put Magnificent 7th back on top. Can hit. I don't unfortunately have a good way to clear. I'll throw down that just in case it tempts him, but I mean there's a good chance that actually just kills me with the double damage on the swing. Ooh, Tiger Cap. Gross. Oh man, he did hit me with the double damage. That's unfortunate. Yep. I think that's that. I don't think I've got any way I can... There's no HQ protection. So I can trade off... Yeah. Hellcat doesn't get me there, and I don't have the ability to protect the HQ. Yep. Alright, let's see what this guy was cooking. Oop. Need to copy the deck, actually. Reset opponents, copy, import. Alright, so he's running... So the low-end Japan package. 10th Engineer. Full Marines. A single copy of Shirakumo, I guess, to round it out? Double Seahawk. Oh, Seahawk's actually going to include. That's smart. Interesting. 41st Infantry in this deck. I guess you've got a lot of... I guess the idea would be there is that you can... Unity is Strength Marines, and like the double hit would be potentially pretty beefy there. He's running Gifu for draw, Tiger Cat Strategic, P51B for high end. Interesting. I will save that and we'll maybe cook with that later. It's an interesting idea. How many Navy cards are you running in this? You've got 2 Fitch, Missouri, 4 Sullivans. Single Shirakumo is interesting to me. I guess the idea there is that you compare it together with one of the TKs and remove a card if you need to, or Makurs and remove a card, but it just seems expensive for what it does. Still, okay, interesting. Alright. Queue one more, then we can make changes. So let's see. What would I change? So Seahawk is a good include. That was smart. Did not consider that. It's not the auto include that it used to be, but I think it's still good. It doesn't do much against France Breton except stop Crossfire from working, which maybe that's enough. Or at least forces them to route Crossfire instead. Okay, I don't know if I want any of these. I like 4 Freedom because it replaces itself. Marine, okay. Marines on 2 Sullivans to buff it. I think we'll probably need to push. Oh, okay. That to me reads they're just going to convert the card, so I'm not going to bother buffing it. Instead, I'll just use the turn to Victory Gardens. Yep, there's the route. With ramp. Okay, wait. Okay. So this isn't France. Are we going back to kind of the classic Jur US sort of control-y stuff here? I mean, Semper Fi no matter what. I think we just take the bond for Magnificent 7. That's fine. And we buff it. Okay. Volks Grenadier. Interesting. I mean, I'll take the trade for the 1/1 on top of the deck. We can Marine Sullivan. Buff and draw. Okay. So what do we have in the deck? So we've got 3 more Sullivans. The Missouri. We don't have that many Navy cards, so we don't really hit the... Without Semper Fi. Turpits? I guess that's... okay. We triple push. And we put... Before Freedom, he hits Crossfires. Maybe just for Freedom this guy. We threaten. He can... I mean, obviously, if he routes, he routes. Double hit crossfire? Yep. Okay. I don't know if there was a way to avoid that happening. It's okay. We can now play out hand. This is the part that's awkward, is that these cards... So, we want to play the one... Play in that order so we don't promote the one that's got the buffs on it. Double push. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3s. Damn, this is got the deck flashback going on here. I think he wanted to operate those. Okay. We have drawn, I think, all of the Navy cards that we put in there, so we're back at not really having much from a Navy perspective, so we probably can't trade that off. Okay, well that will make it awkward for him to trade. Because that card will still be there, assuming I don't put... Okay, we can drop Hellcat. 175th to put one of the Navy Marines back on top. So both of these should trade with the Michigans. So he doesn't have a good way to do shenanigans with 1, 2, 3s. Comet's been rotated, so I'm not as worried about that anymore. So like OTK possibility doesn't really seem like it's... Oh, interesting. Bouncing that back. Changing it. Second crossfire. Son of a gun. Okay, well, that was the punish that I didn't think about. Okay. Interesting. This lost the Navy subtype when it went back on top of the deck. I wouldn't have expected that. Good to know. Well, we can promote it. We can promote that. And we can double push. I mean, unfortunately, he's got Michigan, so he Michigans attacks twice. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll luck out and there'll be a Navy card on top? Nope. Okay. Okay. It's the bonus attack Panzergren? Yeah. That is probably just lethal. Yeah, that's just lethal. Well, shoot. Second crossfire is brutal. Alright. So, let's go back, edit this. So... Yeah, that's why I wanted response in there, was to counteract crossfire a bit. I just haven't had it. Do I... Because what do we have as far as one drops? Because I feel like for trying to keep stuff active on the board and pressuring the opponent, like there's been multiple games where we've just not had much in the way of one drops, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of M20 or M8. They're just... Maybe. You drop one of the 175ths. Drop a Hellcat. Get a couple of these in. I guess M20. Oh, and we wanted to... we've got duress. Let's drop M10s and put the... oh my gosh, drawing a blank. Seahawk. I swear I have the worst time remembering names of cards in this game. Alright, so we've got 4 cards that are effectively answers, air quotes, to Crossfire now. Soviet, okay. Okay, so we can simplify on one. You know, let's just full keep. Because I want to see Swift Response. I still haven't been convinced about the dig. Okay, we lost the other Semperfi. Okay, interesting. We can... I don't really want to play Choco Boys yet, because I ideally want to play Choco Boys after I dig. He doesn't have a good trade into this unless he rushes. I think I would be okay with. Pack. Soviet Finland. It's just attacking face. Okay, maybe I can't be greedy. I think we push Red Devils push. Gazine damage that goes onto the Navy car or Marines. Holy shit, decoy tactics works like that? My mind is kind of blown. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I'm going to blitz and clear that pack, but it does mean that I just need to dump my hand, basically. That's a... huh. I don't know why in my head when I read that card, the enemy discards the card, it was the enemy of the person of the card that got attacked, not no matter what the card discarded was my card. What? Okay, this guy's cooking. Like, holy shit. I mean... That explains all of the, like, one-attack artillery. Huh. I mean, I gotta get rid of it. That is funny as heck. Okay, well, add that to the jank pile, I guess. Not sure what the plan is now for him, but that is very funny. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet he's been doing this against the Jura France Breton decks, because they'll throw down like Panzer 3Hs or whatever that have 4 health, and then it's just like discard their hand, basically. That is a way to approach it, for sure. I mean, we'll clear him out and just play the hand. We can duress our own guy. That is interesting. I'm not sure what happens now. Okay, he's drawn 3 decoy tactics. Well, I'm really sorry that you were playing all these guys that are, you know, running Jure France Group Breton, and, you know, the ones that I'm running into are running stuff that's interesting. Okay, I will be able to get the hand refill online with the Grumman. This is just when it's attacked? Yeah, okay, we'll clear it out so he doesn't have a... Sure, Sullivan's that guy, why not? Yeah, like I said, I don't think there's a game plan after he makes you discard his hand. Ah, got it. I did not realize hidden elo on ladder was a thing. Friendly fire, of course, why not? Why wouldn't you be running that in this deck? Alright, well, I will take the W and then copy that guy's deck. That's very funny. That's very funny. The cooks are real, man. Okay. He's running light infantry. So he just wants one attack things, basically, early in the game. So that's Pack 36, Katyusha. I always mispronounce that. 1/8 card, that makes sense. Decoy Tactics, running the full stack of them. Double Prolonged Siege, Confusion part... Okay. It really just seems like the whole intent of the deck is to hard hand discard, do nothing. That's... I have to assume that the plan here is just queue into Jure France Breton, discard their combo, they quit the game, and they don't realize that you don't really have a way to win. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's very funny. Okay. Yep. We'll just save that for later. Okay. Well, that is a W, so go ahead. Oh, what are you constructing, by the way? I meant to ask. Like, I know you'd mentioned that you recently moved or something like that, right? Also, you don't have to respond if you're in the middle of, like, putting furniture together like that. I've been there, done that. Alright. Let's go ahead and go back to here. See what... Now that we've gotten the W on that, let's see what we've got next. Got another US. Okay, I'm going to reroll because I'm not going to do a second mono US game. Come on. I know randomness is random, but still. Alright, Germany. Jure France. Uh-oh. Well, we're going to confuse people. Jank OTK. Oh my god, seriously? There's enough Jure France OTK running around right now. We don't need to help it. I'm going to re-roll that. Hey there, Tulpan. Electronics saying this. Oh, gotcha. I mean, sit-stand desks, like, they're awesome. I love mine. Alright, so we've got Britain, Japan, and what is the challenge here? Britain, Japan, and I have to use all copies of cards I include in the deck. So basically, my thought here is that if you include a common, you have to include the full playset of the commons. If you include an uncommon, it includes the full playset. So there is no, like, one of, two of copies of cards. Okay. So let's go back into the game here. Alright, so we've got new deck. We've got Britain, Japan. Update the explanation here. So we got Brit Japan full playsets only. What the hell is this starting to play? Apparently, if you get to the end of your playlist, it just starts randomly playing other stuff. Huh. Okay. Alright. So, we have to include the full playset, but we don't have any guidance on what it is. Okay, so let's take a look at elites. I mean, we're playing Britain, we throw Monty in here. Probably RAF Mustang. If we're expecting to queue into France, we can include Ultra. We'll come back to this. I wonder, can we do like a Britain-Japan burn, maybe? With those... Maybe we include Oxford. We do some of the fight stuff with those new Japan cards, the guard units. So... I feel like 9th is just better than Kofu, but we'll pop them both in for now. Let's include Formidable. I forgot my own challenge. I need to include the full playset of those. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Maybe I don't want these. 9th cards is fine. I don't want a full playset of Kofu, probably. Let's toss those back out. Okay. With that in mind... Dude, whatever this bug is needs to go away. The thing that just jumps you to the top of the list. Let's go back to guard. So... Middlesex. If we're gonna have guard... Takasaki, maybe? Don't have Blackwatch, unfortunately. That's okay, though. Okay, this includes the Fight Night package, so... Do we want all 3 chain homes? We'll include it for now. Let's see, what's the brigade that's the 1-8? 70th? Yeah, there we go. Fusiliers, might as well. Oh god, I really don't... I don't know if I want a full playset of that either. That hurts. Okay, so we're buying time to do what? We get big stuff on the board. I mean, do we go for the Valentine? I don't actually even know if I've got the full King's African Rifles. I haven't had a chance to screw around with these. Ooh, I'd have to include the full 4 Valentines. Okay. I thought that was an uncommon, not a common. Okay, well, we guarantee that we hit stuff with our King's African Rifles, I guess. Do we have other elites? Because those would be... a little easier to play. I don't think... I mean, Spitfire seems like it's just a powerful card, period. Wave after wave, sure. Gordon Highlanders if we're playing a more... if we've got the fights. Okay. How about specials? What have we got? Ah, there we go. MI5 for disruption? What draw do we have? We've got Monty for the cycle. Oh, yeah, obviously. Let's throw in the Bond Girls. Land Girls, I mean. Sorry. I don't want them and a full play set of Convoy, so I'm going to skip Convoy. Hmm. What's that? Ah. Alright. Britain doesn't have any shuffle synergy, do they? They do not. Or, I guess they do, asterisk. Belfast is not. Yeah, put a unit on top if there's a Navy card you shuffle. No. We can slashers, I guess? I mean, if we're going for the burn, we can take the Ite. What does the curve look like? I have no 5-drops whatsoever. Do we have anything in the 5-drop spot that is worth putting in there? Not that I want a full playset of, probably. We do have a lot of British cards. We could put National Service in just to get even beefier HP units. Sure, why not? And do we want... What's the other counter? Scepter we don't want 4 of, Downing System we don't want 4 of. Yeah, so those aren't going in here. We've got one slot. Do we have another elite that is worth playing? I think just Desert Dust, I guess. Kitty Hawk can be good. Pompadours. We are playing a full playset of Valentines and Land Girls, so that's... Oh, and we've got 9th cards. Yeah, okay. Because these guys are almost always going to bond us, which is unfortunate. As well as those guys. That is probably too much bond damage. Okay. With that in mind, I think we leave the Ite in as the high end. And we drop the 9th guards. Singleton. Singleton is on the list. Here, I can go through the stuff that I've got. Random here. So, we've got Popper, which is no elites. Popper, which is no elites, no specials. Anti-Popper, no commons at all. Mono Nation, heavy cost, so half the deck has to be 4 or more. Low cost, which is 0 4 more cards. Jank/OTK. Use the worst 2 elites that I have in the deck. Singleton, use all copies, and have to kill the opponent in fatigue. Not necessarily using fatigue, but just have to make a deck that lasts long enough to get there. So yeah, Singleton is in there. Unfortunately, I think there's some decks where I just do not have the cards to make it work if I get that, so it'll be real gross. Oh, whoops, sorry. I meant to go back. I'm so bad at transition. It's like the one thing I've got to work on is just transitioning back into the game. My problem is the stuff that I've streamed before has always been like Europa Universalis, where it's just like you never alt-tab out of that game because it just consumes your life. So there's no second scenes that's ever in OBS. So I'm just not used to it. Okay, so we got 3 slots, so we can take... Are we putting enough garrisons on the board? You know what? Sure. Why not? Let's try Rangers Desert Dust, and then we've got one more. I guess, how about... Why not? Kitty Hawk. Alright, and this is... Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the reason... I mean, initially when I was building it, I was thinking, oh, I can use the new Japanese sort of more mid-rangey guard cards, but the problem is that, I don't know, it just didn't seem to quite work. I mean, it actually tracks with what I've... when I was actually tracking all of the games in the Excel sheet that Bear posted, I think I logged 0 games out of 50 with Japan as a secondary nation. So I feel like basically bond cards in a secondary nation need to be either crazy powerful like Bersiglieri, or things that you just expect to eat, and have no other bond in your deck, which isn't the case here. So full playset. But yeah, like doing the like Japan Soviet like aggro decks, like including the new like 4-2 for 2 that opts for 0. I feel like literally you never bond yourself with that card because it's just like if you're playing aggro, you have board presence or you're already losing anyways and you don't care. Okay, so playing Brit myself. We don't want Ite, so that's just kind of the high end here. We can have Chain Home. I think we just cycle everything, kind of look for more draw. Don't really want to just drop Valentine. Fusilier's on 3, followed by Chain Home. Is oh, of course it's buffs. Okay. I mean, we can Oxford Fusiliers. Even buffs can't trade into that. They're running Chain Home. Well, okay then. Okay, we can King's African Valentine. I think we just try and buy time. Duress. Okay, well, we can still Chain Home, actually. Solvents, yep. Kind of what I would expect. Transport. Yeah, that is pretty brutal. So we can Chain Home, that still becomes an 8/8. Might as well just throw down one of those. Operating it now is expensive, but it can keep the front line clear. Double King's African. Okay, well, first King's African on Valentine. Move, shoot, garrison. The Valentine dream is alive. I mean, he's got the easy trade here with the... Yep, Kangaroo Transport. Okay. Huh, that card got brutal all of a sudden. Second Duress on that guy. Shoot. Do I live another turn? I do live another turn. So, King's African, the same Valentine. I can't play it clear the way, unfortunately. So I think we just hit there. Play a baby Valentine. We can double trade King's African into that. There's the buffs. Okay. He's already played 2 as the third Kangaroo Transport. Alright. Oh no, he had the whole combo in hand? Well, damn. I will take the L. Okay. So Germany, again, I just always am assuming this is France. So with this, we probably don't have things to... formidable into. MI5 can provide some level of disruption, but in reality, I think we just want to get to Ultra. Pompadour's offsets the Valentine bond damage that it looks like we're taking. Yep. We can move hit twice, apply pressure. Or we can play Fusiliers, but ideally we Fusiliers Chain Home on the same turn. Buff's still kicking ass, yeah. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Jur US again. Okay. I mean, I think I'm fine doing the double hit there. We can... It doesn't have Blitz on it. I think we can just Middlesex punch face again? Middlesex drop Garrison punch face twice? Drop him 12? Not really concerned with the credit gain here that much. Assume, yeah, shoots there. Ah, Front and Homeland. Front and Homeland in a US deck. Okay. Alright, we'll move Middlesex up to guard it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing. I mean, we could just spend the whole turn doing another 4 to face. Which forces him to make the trade. And threatening lethal if we get basically anything that provides any sort of buffs to those guys. Mustang is pretty close to wrapping the game up itself. Henschel, sure. He Henscheled the Garrison. Okay. I guess that... Yeah. You do you, bud. Ah, shifting. Okay, he's gonna... Now, you should have done that in the opposite order. But that's okay. We can Fusiliers Chain Home. Clears the Henschel. We can just Fusiliers MI5, which would make this a 3/8. The Henschel doesn't necessarily trade in too easily. Draws us a card, delays him a turn. Kind of just looking for anything to... There we go. Yep. That'll do it. Now we can King's African the Valentine, rush it in. And it's going to be real hard for him to stop that. Yep. Second front I'm A-okay with there. Even if he silences, I think we just throw down Pompadours to have an extra wall. So this will require him to have double suppression, hits face twice. That still only does 12. So I think we're out of OTK range. Jur US second front's an interesting twist. I'm not convinced it's good enough with Henschel. I feel like you just need the... Oh, interesting. He's holding something. Okay. Okay. And we can draw Chain Home. Just save the Valentine. He's... Okay, shoots him. Okay, yep, he played himself out. Cool. I think that should do it then. Alright. Cool. Alright, well we'll put that one in the box. We'll do one more, and yeah, we'll just do straight. We'll just do singleton. I'll just roll the nations and see what we got to play. Alright, Germany. Jur France singleton. Well, we're gonna confuse people, I guess. And I will not do... I will not do anything related to the Britano TK. Sure, France, Singleton. Alright, first off, let's just take a look at elites. Is there any... No, I don't think you could Singleton a Heinz deck because you need all the inexpensive, low-cost cards. Alright. So if you're just kind of including big, beefy German boys, slap those in there. Sure. Why not shifting attack? Front homeland, maybe? Yeah, I mean, I can take a look. The problem is I feel like so many of these are commons and uncommons, and you're like, I want a full play set, right? I just feel like if you were doing Heinz, it's like you want to maximize these, and it's like if you just had one off of... Oh, I should update the deck challenge. Hold on. So this is now Sure France Singleton. Alright. Because there are a lot of tanks, but unfortunately they get really expensive. So it's like pretty quickly, if you're only including one-ofs, it's like... I don't know. I mean, you can have them be played and they're just kind of efficient on the board, I guess. So maybe. Let's see what specials we have. I guess let's see what France has just in general. Like, what French stuff can you play one copy of and have it be impactful, you know? We don't really have squat for shuffle, so Motorise is not really an option. French do have tanks, it's true. The whole resistance package is worthless if you can only singleton cards. So that's nothing. Moroccan is not worth playing with a 3-up. You can make big Heinz, doesn't have to be fast. Okay, you've convinced me. Let's try it. It's basically going to be include one of everything. I mean, obviously Grave. We include the fast Heinz, because might as well get the deck buff in there. So for now, we'll just include one of everything and then see what happens. Destroy target enemy. I don't feel like there's a lot of one enemy units that we care about destroying, so maybe we leave that one out for now. Jagdpanzer IV provides some amount of hand disruption if we're looking for trashing combo decks. Yeah, we can give that a shot. I mean, Panzer IIIF will be good in this, just giving everything blitz. Or I guess it's German takes specifically. Is the 3E worth including? How many things with blitz do we actually have if we didn't have that on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can include Panzer 4J. 7, because Panzer... Yep. Okay, yeah, I guess this is worth including. Samwa is probably one of the better tanks, just period. Do we include the big boys at the very end? Guess let's see where we're at as far as the deck buildings. So it's 24. I've literally never played with Sharby 1, so I'll include that just for the memes. And I guess Panzer 3H is card draw that might need to get the combo turn off. Okay, so... I mean, we'll probably want... Let's get one copy of Verado, one copy of Suppression. Oh my god, thank you so much. It's still on the screen. Yeah, one copy of Suppression. Is the baby French bomber the one that draws a card? This little guy? Never played with it, but sure, why not? That seems... Um, I've been really impressed with Sally, honestly. So we'll include a copy of that just because we're gonna have the space. Um, let's see. Yeah. Is it Breakthrough? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Again, I can spell for the cheap op cost. Blitzkrieg probably have one copy of. Do we run any of... He's my stream... Oh, cool. Do we run any of the German bounce cards? I don't think so. Encirclement. Yeah, okay. I could see it. Do we have enough stuff for the 110 Panzer Grenadier to be impactful? We do have heavier tanks than we would normally have with like a fast Heinz deck. 1, 2, maybe 3 if Samwa gets off. I guess we can drop sort of the high end with Capitulate Lippold. Yeah, might as well include a copy of that. 20 Panzer Gren for sure. Ooh, good call. Fusiliers, yeah. Is there enough that's even, that's front and homeland is worth playing? We have 10 out of 33. No. 11 out of 33. So, I don't think front and homeland is worth it. How's this looking? Okay, so it's mostly... I mean, the curve is not actually horrible, if I'm going to be honest. Do we have enough stuff to have Freda be a thing? I guess we could include one copy of... Do we have actually enough things for Combined Arms to be a thing? Oh, what's the new one? The Trop. Because we'll almost always have a tank. Do we have infantry that would be in here? We have single copy of Fusiliers and 110 Panzergren. Nope, probably not. Okay, Jaeger just for some card draw. 22nd Infantry for card draw. We can... Let's see. I mean, we can cheese stuff. I mean, Volksgrenadier gives us a little bit of... 92nd Infantry is just always a pretty... Oh, no, but that's going to be awkward, because we're going to have... We just want... We'll maybe need to cut that if there's stuff where we have awkward turns. Panzer Grenadiers are like tanks. Yeah, why not? And we're just going to look the other direction when I put forth Fallschirmjäger in here, because I feel like we've got enough stuff to hit for that we can have like potentially a pop-off turn with that. We've got enough jank that maybe 342nd Fusiliers... Nah, I think that's okay. All right, let's see what this does. All right, so I guess we're looking to apply pressure. I mean, we could other cards. So we could put the frontline buff. We can put Crossfire in here potentially. We can put. Yeah, we'll see. All right, Soviet. Fusiliers on 1, or Fusiliers on 2 is good, but that means we need to have a 1-drop, so we'll stick the Pack 38 in there. So 1, 2, we drop Fallschirmjäger and Wirbelwind on 3. Maybe this is just a good curve. Because the Panzer IIIe actually buffs all of the tanks that I have, because they all have Blitz. Calm. Okay. Well. That is now a better 1-drop. So I don't want him to just clear off the Pack 38. Fusiliers has shock. Fusiliers has shock. Okay, so that can help deal with the Colm aggression early. We don't get bonded, which is nice. We can hit shock. Rush. Damn. And he won the 50-50. Think we can Warble trade? We can't. Friendly fire. Alright, so he's running Soviet Finland with countermeasures. So that probably means this... Yeah. I was gonna say, probably means he's running soup. Okay. Fallschirmjäger make Pack 38 cheaper, I guess? Trade off the Warble. Okay, because now we... Oh, Kirkenes is going to be awful to try and trade with. Kind of got to just get to 6, I feel like, to have the 4J be able to trade. I mean, that's going to shock one of my guys. Guaranteed. We can hit Arado, see what we draw. Sally. Sally suppresses, so it's easier to trade into. But if I'm throwing 4J into it either way, I don't know how much I care. Is he really going to waste the shock into the Arado? Probably not. That's awkward. This... Oh, it got blitz from the 77th. Okay. Oh, gross. Okay, well... Now we Sally. That guy. Dang it. So we can trade off... Yeah, I think we want to keep the tank on the board. We just need to be able to operate, so I think Heinz, that should trade that off. I think we just need to push that so that he doesn't get 4 more into the face. White Death. Gross. Alright, well that makes that trade very easy for him and makes that tank pretty much worthless. I guess it trades into the infantry, okay. Brutal. Grief. 4J, push this, trade there. Do we hit? I mean, he just trades off. But maybe we can trade it easier if we had the Panzer III down. Okay, Heroes is... Hopefully that means he doesn't have an immediate answer. Cossacks. Okay, well I guess that does trade, unfortunately. Shoot. Okay. Well. Rip. me go back and look and see what I have as far as card draw goes. Playing rifles, damn. Yeah, of course. That does seem like it would fit pretty well in a soup deck. Somewhat. Yeah, this is just other units with Blitz. This doesn't have Blitz. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Alright, what do we have as far as draw here? Arado, arguably suppression. Jaeger, I guess, technically. Okay, Little Baby Bomber does draw. 22nd Infantry draws. The Panzer IV, wherever it is a draw. Huh. Yeah. Soviet control. If you were forced to build a singleton deck, I feel like the Soviet, because all the really powerful Soviet control cards are elites, so that it seems like it just sort of bends its way towards singleton pretty easily already. But at least my impression is that seems to be pretty consistent with just Soviet in general, since it seems like watching some of the card reviews of folks who've been around, I guess the meme of like, oh, Soviet elites are cracked, seems like, well, if that's always been true, then they seem like they would always have been the easiest to work with singletons. We can include Bloch in here. That's probably better than Char-B. I will drop the joke card. Call to the Colonies. I don't think... Are we dropping enough stuff reasonably for Enigma to trigger? Probably. As a hand refill? Drop Jagdpanzer, maybe. One of the higher end guys. I don't think we're getting much out of Tirpitz. Yeah, Panzer 3H, there we go. Yes, I meant to include that. Thank you. I was looking through other cards and forgot that was the other one that I wanted, was the other... we can get rid of... Let's get rid of Salamander. Lean more into the tanks. Okay. Playing Britain. Okay, well, if this is buffs, we want to have something early. We have very, very limited ability to interrupt it. 96 Infantry can come down. Okay, if they didn't have buffs on one. I mean, I feel like if you're at the point where you're doing Popper Singleton, it's like you're just kind of going through and just including every card that you have in your deck. Like, there's not... or every card that you have in your collection. It starts to be a point where it's like, it's hardly even deck building. It's just including the things that you have as available. Huh. Okay, I assume he's setting up for the fight. We can throw down... This will get buffed, push it to the front line, play this, draw a card, and then if he fights either of these, I'm okay with it? I'm a fucking idiot. Oh my god, of course that can't work in that order. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, everyone look away. Oh, God. Alright. Oh, God. Okay, we can 20th Panzergren. It operates for free, doesn't trade. Oh, God. Hey there, Django. You're joining at a painful moment. Oof. It's been a while since I've had him misplay that bad. I'm actually fine with him tossing that, because I don't have a way to really get in the front line, and he made it so I can trade that off pretty easily then. Okay. This is +3 damage. How can I use that? So this guy would come down as a 3/3, becomes a 5/5. I don't have the ability to play both 35T and 110 Panzer Gren. Can hit, shifting this guy back. Play it down again. Trade it off. Okay. Oh, I should have taken frontline. Forgot that guy can still operate. Oh, no. Okay, crossfire I'm kind of okay with. Okay, do we slow roll it? We can blow to draw, but we kind of got a full hand. I think we can... No, I think we can... Throw down some junk, and then, of course... Oh my god, I'm just in my own head. We don't have an infantry unit on the board. It can't operate for free. Oh, this might be my last one. I'm on tilt. Alright, luckily he's taking his turn 5 off. If we get to the point where that's impactful, we've probably already lost anyway. Alright, so we want to... Let's go ahead and push the duplicator into the front line. Want to play that after it upgrades. Hey, good to hear. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. I feel like my friends and I always call it IKEA-mancy whenever it comes to assembling furniture. So, you know, don't know how good of an IKEA-mancer you are, but... Oh, wave. Okay. I guess we can just push that. Did you get the one that has, like, the sort of predefined settings that you can add in there, or is it more manual? Interesting. Routing that guy. Oh, yeah. Flex spot is awesome. That's the thing that we usually get for whenever I'm ordering stuff for my coworkers. I don't have good trades into this, and unfortunately 110 Panzergren comes down and doesn't do squat. I guess it threatens the ability to trade into that pretty easily. Wolfpack. Alright. Ah, brutal. Okay, he's gonna trade that off. Ooh, and he's got the Mosquito. The 1 and 3 that he hits both of the cards that weren't production twice. Okay, well, that's just game. Damn. I mean, I was losing that either way, but that feels bad. I mean, I deserve to lose that one after horrendous play. Let's try one more time. Oh, man. That is gnarly. Alright, playing Germany. Okay, I do like Jaeger on 1. Trade into things. Volksgrenadier for production for a pop-off turn. Okay. This seems like it may be Jur France, or it may be Navy Burn. I feel like those are both the ones that really like Buzz Bomb. Okay, that's not really second Buzz Bomb. Okay. We don't really have great cards in hand to put pressure on. Let's make this a 5-3. Retreats if it's an air unit. I don't really want to give him more card draw, unfortunately. We can trade it off. We can push. It's only this turn. Till end of turn. Ugh. Move Jaeger the KFZ. Maybe dissuade him from taking that trade. Kind of want to keep it on the board if possible. But at least if I draw, it's something. If he has Crossfire, I'm extraordinarily sad. Son of a gun. Alright. Think we can't do trades. Yeah. I think we just push this. Okay, moves the fight. Ugh, this is an awkward turn. I mean, I want to play Samwa just because it has such an impact, but then I'm floating credits. I don't have a good way to spend them. Let's put this down. Wait. Hold on. Do I have 2 copies of this in my deck? Okay, well... Okay, that... Oops. Oh my god. Wow. Oops. Might have left our opponent a little confused there. But that does sort of ruin the attempt of trying to... I honestly didn't think I had 2 copies of that card. I thought I only had the 1. Let's include one of the... Just try and make things a little cheaper to operate. Trying to save credits. Ah, man, this is awkward. Because I guess the idea here is that it's just like pushing damage to HQ when you can, and then have finishers in the form of like either 4J for a couple damage or... Okay, well, doesn't get much more one-droppy than that. I mean, punish here is Calm on 1. Well. Yep. Fusiliers at least trades with Calm if he hits the tank. Rush. Okay. I mean, there's a chance that we can maybe take the front line and start the 22nd Infantry draws, but that seems unlikely. Yeah. Gross. This gains shock when it takes damage, so it full trades my board unless I break through. And then what? I'm moving to the front line with a 1/1 tank? That doesn't do anything. Try and keep it, I guess, to maybe get draw. That's the 22nd. Oh my god. Alright. 2 of those. Yeah, I don't have any ability to clear that out. That's gonna be that. This doesn't have... Yeah, they would just trade my full board. F. Thank you, Bear. Have a good night. Good job with the desk construction, by the way. Yeah, we've got one more game, and then I actually need to break myself to go grab lunch, and probably we'll call it there. This has been brutal. First couple of decks were fine. This one has been... Yeah, just getting punished. Alright, another Soviet. Gonna assume aggro again. No, it's not your bad. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like you said, I think there's definitely better nations to have randoed the singleton on. Man, I guess I just don't feel like if they put Colm on 1, take the front line, like, what do I have against that? Okay, well, they didn't. Okay, so this is more control-y, so there's a chance. Fusiliers. They'll make stuff cheaper. Probably. Okay, so this is Soviet Britain control. I know that's been... Awkwardly, we don't have a great hit for Fallschirmjäger, even though it's less expensive now. We can move the Fusiliers up, which provides a trade opportunity. No, it doesn't, because this will go down to 1/2. In that case, let's just Jaeger that and draw. And when whatever we draw will be cheaper. Should have routed troops. Yeah. I don't know if the single copy of route would make a huge difference, but it is something that should be in here, you're right. I should probably have that instead of Sally. Second MI5. Okay, interestingly, that does make that a Fallschirmjäger target. But I think we can Panzer move hit face 304. Zhukov. I could have sallied that to stop the heal, but I'm more worried about him playing the whatever the 9-9 guard infantry down is. And wanting to have space for that. Double sickle. Okay. You're gonna throw the... Standard barrage. Okay. This only makes German units cheaper. I thought it was any German card entering your hand. Oof. Alright, well that's good to know. That is awkward. I guess we can double push the Fallschirmjäger and just threaten a heck of a lot of damage potentially with Blitzkrieg. Because he has four credits. I mean, he's got to clear that, yeah. That just threatens too much damage. Fortification. Okay, we can just punch face and lower him a bit. Okay, encirclement on the guy that makes things cheaper is an interesting option. Okay, what is... Blitzkrieg's threatening a +9 on top of what we have. Strategic focus. Okay. Awkward. Okay. Yep. That's what the Sally is there for. Panzer IV-Hing that guy's weird, but... don't know if there's another option, really. Sickle. Interesting, he sickled that instead of... oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yep. Alright, well. No luck with this one. That's okay. Cool, well, that's kind of where I expected that to end up, is tank my rank down a bit, but it is what it is. Cash in on some of these. Thank you for the follow. And I think that's where probably gonna call it. Go grab some lunch. And might be on again tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. It's gotten a lot quieter over as we approach winter break. So, all right, guys. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Talk to y'all later.